HydraLight is the flashlight that the makers claim runs on water. That's today's review. Okay, so HydraLight doesn't actually run on water. It actually runs on a fuel cell that's activated by water. It's a technical difference, but it is a difference. So let me go inside, crack this open, and get it fired up and see how it works. Here's the HydraLight. The first thing you do is remove the rear cap. And this exposes the fuel cell, which is wrapped in plastic. Now we're supposed to dip the HydraLight fuel cell in water for about 7 to 10 seconds. Here we go. Okay, the next step, it says to vigorously shake out the excess water. Well, I guess that's about as good as I'm going to shake it out. So we stick it back in there. And for the big test, we have light. It's not very bright, but we have light. That's not really that bright, but it is daytime, so I'm gonna wait until nighttime and test this out. All right, I'm out here in my backyard at night. I'm gonna try out the HydraLight versus several other flashlights. This is a flashlight I just bought today for 25 bucks. It's 650 lumens. This is a very old flashlight. I think my dad bought something like 30 years ago. The bulb is really dull. I put fresh batteries in there. Here is the atomic beam lantern, which I'll test out against the HydraLight's lantern feature. This is one of my favorites, the atomic beam headlight. This is one I got several years ago. It's a hand crank flashlight. Thought that would be fun to try out. Here's one I got at the dollar store. And finally, we've got the HydraLight. So let's try out the demonstration of all of these and see how the HydraLight compares. The cell has just been activated, so it should be as bright as it's gonna get. First up, let's try the 650 lumen flashlight I bought at Lowe's just today. Boom. It's a very impressive, bright flashlight. And in fact, it covers almost my entire house. It's gonna be hard to beat that one. 25 bucks. And this uses 6 batteries. It was either AA or AAA. I'll have to look that up, but it was 6 batteries. This is the 30-year-old flashlight that my dad bought many years ago. Like I said, the bulb is very kind of dull, the bulb's going out, but I figured I'd leave it just to compare. Oh, look how yellow that is. Oh, that's not good. That's not impressive. These are brand new batteries in this flashlight too. Again, it is 30 years old though. Almost looks like a pumpkin face or something, right? Not too good, and the button even kind of sticks. But hey, 30 years, what do you expect? I'm gonna skip the lanterns for now. I'm gonna keep with the flashlights. This is the hand crank flashlight. I'm not sure if it's even bright enough to go on the house. Can you see that? Let me turn my Bell and Howell light bar off. Okay, now it's very dark out here. Let's try this. Oh, what do you think? This actually is not, this is even as good as I remember it being. This sounds pretty bad. If I crank faster. It doesn't seem to work. If the HydraLight can't beat this one, then the HydraLight's the worst product ever. Here's my dollar store flashlight. Kind of similar to the tack light, which I would use, but mine broke and I never got it fixed. That's not too impressive either. Let's turn this off again. Yeah, that's not great. For some reason, I thought this was going to be better. Not great. I mean, you can see. I'm not too impressed. And finally, I'll leave the light off. And finally, you know what you want to see, the HydraLight. Drum roll, please. And, well, I mean, okay, well, I will say that the width of the beam is very wide. It covers my entire house. It's better than the hand-cranked flashlight and the dollar store flashlight. It's even better than the 30-year-old flashlight, but it certainly isn't better than the 650 lumen flashlight, which destroys it. Look, you can't even see it. Look at that. Side by side. HydraLight, $25, 650 lumen flashlight. I mean, that's like Pluto and Jupiter next to each other. Let's try another one next to the HydraLight. All right, HydraLight and the 30-year-old flashlight. HydraLight has a wider beam, but the center isn't really much more. It's not really a big difference. I'm not even gonna attempt the hand cranked one because this one is just terrible. But let's try the dollar store flashlight. I mean, they're pretty close. Dollar store, HydraLight. Dollar store, HydraLight. Dollar store flashlight's a couple years old, although I put fresh batteries in there, but I don't know, man. Look at the difference. Not much difference. I would say HydraLight's a little brighter. Now what I'm gonna do is do the lantern mode, where you pull that up and compare that to the atomic beam lantern. Okay, what do you think? Here is the HydraLight in lantern mode. Yeah. All right, let me turn that off. Now here is the atomic beam lantern. Let me get them both at the same time. What do you think? It's hard for me to see in the screen far away, but it looks like this one is significantly brighter than this one. Atomic beam lantern, HydraLight. I wanted to try something else fun. I'm gonna try the atomic beam headlight, and I'll do the HydraLight. Can you see this? Here's the atomic beam headlight. Here's the HydraLight. Looks like the Earth and the Moon next to each other. HydraLight, atomic beam headlight. You can even focus this in too. How about that? That's probably a better demonstration. What do you think? It's kind of weird how it's square. That's kind of strange, but it is brighter. And in lantern mode, can't really compare those. All right, I'm sitting here with my $94 Hazuki glasses. These are the computer glasses, but I'm using them as reading glasses because I need to get my money back because I spent $94 on them. I wanted to point out something in the instructions. Check this out. It says that the Hydra cell fuel cell has been tested to work up to 100 continuous hours on a single water charge at room temperature. 3 water charges of up to 100 continuous hours are estimated before the life of the fuel cell is exhausted. And then it says more water charges can be employed for shorter lengths of time or where high temperatures cause the fuel cell to dry in less than 100 hours. And even though the commercial says that it's powered by water, right here it does say product does not derive energy directly from water. So what I'm reading here is that you should get at least 300 hours out of this, and then you might get some shorter uses, but the fuel cell is eventually going to die out, and then you're going to have a nice paperweight that doesn't work. Something tells me it's not going to be as long lasting as this 30-year-old flashlight, which isn't in great shape, by the way, but it lasted 30 years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this inside and just leave it on. I'll come back in 24 hours and see if it's gotten dimmer or if it's working at all. So let's see how that works. Here's the HydraLight at 6:40 p.m. on Saturday. I'm going to try it at the same time on Sunday, put them side by side, and see how they look. Here's the HydraLight 24 hours later. It's hard to remember exactly how bright it was last night, but it doesn't seem quite as bright tonight, but it is still on, so that's a good thing. All right, so after about 36 hours, I turned the HydraLight off, and then when I turned it back on, it wasn't working. So I'm going to recharge the cell real quick here with some water and see if it actually activates. Also, I've noticed sometimes when I'm using the flashlight, water drips out of the bottom, even if it's been hours since I activated it. 7 to 10 seconds. I don't know if you can see that, but there's bits of things coming off of it inside the glass. Can you see that? There's like little bits of material coming off inside the glass. Not 100% sure what that is. My tech savvy friends might be able to help me out. Now I have to vigorously shake it out again. That's pretty vigorous. Okay. Probably can't see it, but there is light. So it does recharge according to the instructions. So my question to you is the novelty of having a water-activated flashlight, wait, why am I wearing these? My question is having a water-activated flashlight worth the price of $30 over a regular flashlight such as this bad boy, which was $25, and this one doesn't have a fuel cell that'll die out after a few hundred hours? That's up to you to decide. I know what I would choose. And unfortunately, the HydraLight is not it. Have you used a HydraLight or something like it? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and please subscribe for more As Seen on TV product reviews from me, James White, with Freakin' Reviews.